When Naomi and Ruth arrive back from Moab, they're in urgent need of finding food. They're also deeply wounded in their hearts. They need healed and they need fed. It was harvest time and the barley and the wheat were just beginning to be harvested. So they start gleaning, picking up the leftovers. So Boaz does 4 things. He takes personal responsibility for the need of Ruth. And you can see that in chapter 2 and verse 8. And he directs his help specifically to a foreigner, not one of his own people. And you can see that in verses 10 and 11. And thirdly, he brings comfort to their weary and broken hearts. You see that in verse 13. And then lastly, what he does it generously. And you see that in verses 14 to 17. Of course, Boaz could have found many excuses. He could have said that Ruth was not one of his own people and his responsibility was only to his own people first. He could have given in a way that didn't heal their broken hearts. He could have done it grudgingly. Or he could have waited until the harvest was in and he knew how much he had to spare. But instead, he gladly became the answer to the need of Ruth. And together he and Ruth shared in the blessing of the harvest that God had given. As we share in the blessings of the harvest of the fields this year, we can also bring help and healing to those who are in need and whose hearts have been broken by the wounds of conflict and genocide, the ache of empty stomachs and the haunting worry and helplessness of deep poverty. For over 25 years, Comfort International has been working with partners in Central Africa as channels of God's gracious provision through his people. If we help together, we can carry on things like 400 street children being restored and given hope in a future, about 5,000 people in Congo struggling from the present conflict, just having received food support, hundreds of genocide survivors confessing that God has healed their hearts, many thousands of children being helped to school, 523 women survivors of sexual violence have been treated in the last year. About 100 child soldiers have found peace and hope in Jesus. So thank you for sharing in the blessings of harvest with us and letting those kinds of things continue into the future. Bless you so much.